On May 8, 2021, China's two state-owned chemical companies, Sinochem Group and China National Chemical Corporation, merged to form Sinochem Holdings, with total assets of over 1 trillion renminbi or $157 billion, making it the world's largest chemical company. The merger is part of the Communist Party's new state-owned enterprise or SOE strategy after Beijing wraps up a 3-year SOE reform. Sources say it may be the new economic blueprint Xi Jinping has planned for China after the 20th Party Congress. It is also part of the Communist Party's plan to achieve economic dominance in the ongoing geopolitical competition with the West. Hi everyone, welcome to my show. I'm Lei. Welcome to Lei's Real Talk. On September 1st, at a special meeting to promote Beijing's 3-year state-owned enterprise reform, the Deputy Director of the State-Owned Assets Supervision and Administration Commission, Wang Jieming, spoke about Beijing's strategy of integrating state-owned enterprises or SOEs, which is called One Industry, One Enterprise. Lisa Zhou, head of research at the Institute of Modern State-Owned Enterprises at Tsinghua University, explained the strategy in an interview with the state media. According to Zhou, One Industry, One Enterprise has two shades of meaning. The first refers to consolidating management and centrally coordinating business activities in one type of industry or business under one enterprise. By merging similar functions and companies into one, Beijing aims to achieve efficiency by reducing internal competition, facilitating enterprise specialization, and eliminating redundant investments. The second meaning refers to every enterprise focusing on only one industry, allowing the enterprise to become more specialized and competitive. The cornerstone of this economic blueprint is centralization. By creating mega SOEs through mergers and reorganization, and by devoting national resources to the new entities, the state-owned enterprises are better positioned to control the supply chains and compete with conglomerates outside China. According to sources close to the CCP leadership, as reported by the Chinese edition of Epoch Times on September the 8th, this blueprint will be the main economic strategy that Beijing will roll out after the 20th Party's Congress, and the basis for the development of all future economic policies. Xinhua News Agency gave detailed coverage of the strategy, but didn't mention it would be the new blueprint for the Chinese economy. CCP media stated that the new directive would break geographical restrictions and integrate central government-controlled SOEs with local SOEs and private companies to achieve monopoly in the respective industry, domestically and internationally. In allocating resources, the government will give priority to superior enterprises defined as 1. Being in strategically important core industries, 2. Playing a leadership role, and 3. Controlling a longer supply chains. The goal is to eliminate the problems of SOEs being small in scale and incompetent in technical know-how. Amid ongoing economic contractions, Beijing has already started moving toward this directive. We have seen a series of SOE mergers and reorganizations in the past year. On August 18th, China Enterprise United Grain Reserve Company was inaugurated. The company is jointly funded by two SOEs, China Grain Reserve Corporation, also known as Sinograins, and China Oil and Foodstuffs Corporation, or COFCO. COFCO is China's largest food processor, manufacturer, and trader, while Sinograins offer grain warehousing services. The new entity is charged with the responsibility of ensuring China's national food security. At the inauguration ceremony, the new company's management team took a collective oath, pledging loyalty to the party's causes and unremitting commitment to safeguarding national food security. Another giant SOE that was recently established is the China Logistics Group, which was formed last December. China Logistics is based on the integration of the former China Railway Materials Group and the 4 logistics companies under China Chengdong Holdings Group China Eastern Airlines, China Ocean Shipping Group, and China Merchants Group. The newly established China Logistics has more than 600 branches, 120 railroad lines, 42 delivery warehouses, and nearly 3 million professional freight vehicles, with a footprint in 5 continents. Such a scale will give China a clear competitive advantage in the international logistics market. On July 25th, China Mineral Resources Group, or CMRG, was established with the goal to enhance China's ability to control important mineral resources. CMRG is set to centralize iron ore demand, tighten control over the global steel market, and give Chinese steel producers more bargaining power by becoming the sole channel for buying imported iron ore from across the globe. The company is part of the CCP's Keystone Plan, which was announced in January and aims to achieve a say in the supply and pricing of iron ore by developing new iron ore mines in China and controlling iron ore and steel scrap resources in foreign countries. The China Metallurgical News reported that the Keystone Plan has specific supply targets for 3 major sources of iron: steel scrap, domestic iron ore, and overseas iron ore in 2025, 2030, and 2035, respectively. In addition to ensuring the mega SOEs are competitive in size, the One Industry, One Enterprise strategy also wants to improve the SOEs' products and services. Currently, many of the SOEs have diverse business portfolios across multiple industries. By asking the SOEs to return to their core business, the regime wants to improve the SOEs qualitatively. By devoting national resources to help the mega SOEs, Beijing believes they are better positioned to compete with foreign counterparts, mostly privately owned companies without much government backing. At the same time, the CCP will seek private capital to finance the mega SOEs while maintaining control. Wang Jieming said at the September 1st meeting that Beijing authorities would support companies with more than 50% shares owned by the state to seek IPOs and encourage shareholders holding 5% or more shares to participate in corporate governance. According to data from Wind, as of September 5th, there have been 219 merger and acquisition events involving SOEs this year, up 188% from 76 in the same period last year. The number of companies controlled by SOE that went for IPOs this year increased by 82% year over year. Speaking of SOEs, there are 3 different types. The first and main category consists of enterprises managed by the State-Owned Asset Supervision and Administration Commission in strategic industries such as the military industry, telecommunications, oil and energy, construction and trades, and so on. There are currently 98 such companies. They have been consolidated over the past 20 years, and the number has been reduced from 196 SOEs in 2002, when the commission was established, to 113 in 2013, to the current 98. These 98 SOEs are usually what people refer to when discussing SOE reforms and are the most important type. The second category consists of state-owned financial and insurance companies managed by the China Banking Regulatory Commission, the Insurance Regulatory Commission, and the Securities and Futures Commission. There are 27 companies in this category. The third category is infrastructure and cultural SOEs, such as railroads, postal services, airports, radio and television, publishing houses, and so on. There are no more than 10 of them. In the ongoing wave of small private firms going out of business at a record speed, Xi Jinping sees these 130 or so SOEs as the economic backbones of the regime, and he will devote state resources to prop them up. With this new direction, it will be ever more difficult for private companies in China to survive, and the SOEs will be under the spotlight a lot. I haven't seen any Western media reporting on this One Industry, One Enterprise directive as I'm filming this segment. I've only given you an update on Beijing's latest policy moves and didn't offer any analysis. I will keep an eye on them for you and keep you updated. Last but not least, I want to thank everyone who has donated to me. I try to send a thank you note to every donor, but it's hard to keep up. I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to you all. Thank you, and till next time, see you later.